Everybody. Hey, if you don't know me, my name is Hannah Shanks. I am from the Kansas City area. I've been with Young Living for 11 years, and we have a platinum team that I absolutely love getting the opportunity to educate and serve people in their health with Young Living products and discover the true power of our essential oils and going non-toxic. I am going to share with you a little bit about our new Deep Spectra product, which is frankincense 2. Now, you've heard about the phytonutrition, which is also a Deep Spectra product, but I'm going to dive into what frankincense 2 is and why this oil is absolutely incredible. So this is my old bottle of frankincense 2, actually, because this technology was first founded by, I believe he is the science director at Young Living. His name is Dr. H.K. Lin. And he is this absolutely incredible Chinese doctor. He is absolutely brilliant. And he has been doing cancer research using essential oils and doing essential oils research in Gary's honor, really working closely with Gary when he was alive, and then trying to carry on his legacy and continue his essential oils research after he passed in 2018. So Dr. Lin actually came to work at Young Living a few years ago as our science director, and he's been doing essential oils research in our lab. And in 2023, he discovered what we now know as Deep Spectra technology. Okay, so here's what Deep Spectra is and why it differs from just a normal bottle of essential oil, which also has amazing properties, benefits. Obviously, we all know our essential oils are powerful because they're pure, they're potent, they're unadulterated. And so Dr. Lin sort of had a hypothesis, a question. That's how science starts. You have a question. I wonder what would happen if I did XYZ thing. And so he started with the hypothesis of, I wonder what would happen if instead of using water as the distillation liquid for an essential oil, what would happen if we used essential oil as the distillation liquid? And so that's how frankincense 2 was born, because Dr. Lin put frankincense resin, which is frankincense in its raw form. If you didn't know, frankincense leaks a sap from its tree, and then that sap is harvested and let age. They let it age in caves for at least 6 months, a lot of times longer. So it ages in caves until it becomes this really hard resin. And they crush that resin up into like little rocks. You can actually get that from Young Living if you ever order the frankincense resin. You can have that, you can chew on it. It's great for oral health, amazing for that. So Dr. Lin took the resin from the frankincense and he put it in a test tube, let's say, all right? And then he added frankincense essential oil from Young Living. And then he applied a heat source to that, obviously not too much heat because that can destroy the properties. So we don't know the specific, this is a patent pending technology, and so we don't know the specifics of quantities and heat temperatures and things like that because that's gonna be proprietary information. But I'll tell you why that's important in a minute. So he applies a heat source to the frankincense resin that then is covered with frankincense essential oil. They apply the heat for a certain period of time. And what happens, you guys, is that frankincense resin actually releases a whole bunch more of these boswellic acids. Boswellic acids are what makes frankincense essential oil and frankincense resin so powerful because they are highly anti-inflammatory. Okay, so those boswellic acids, they go into your body. They drastically reduce inflammation. They have antioxidant properties, so they're going to scavenge free radicals, and they have healing properties, as we know, frankincense. And so an incredible thing happened when he did this, and he called it Deep Spectra because you're getting deeper spectrum of your therapeutic compounds from your frankincense essential oil. He also did it with orange and cacao. He took cacao bean powder and used orange oil as the distillation liquid. And then we also had coriander sandalwood. That one has not returned yet to our product lineup, but I assume that it will be coming in the future as well as other Deep Spectra products. Okay, so what frankincense 2 is, it's like, I call it supercharged frankincense because we already know our frankincense essential oil is amazing for your immune system, incredible for your skin, highly antioxidant properties, highly oxygenating, highly anti-inflammatory, all of those things we love our frankincense for, right? It is so regenerative and healing to the body. And this is like supercharged because it has 10% boswellic acids, okay? So when you distill frankincense resin with water and steam distill it, it releases a little bit of boswellic acids into the essential oil, but the resin hangs on to boswellic acids. That's why you find that people chew on the resin themselves, especially in Oman, where we get our essential oil from, in Saudi Arabia. It's very common there for people to be chewing on the rocks because it kind of gets gummy after a while when it mixes with your saliva. It's because it has those boswellic acids in it still, and those get released as it is chewed up, okay? And so we get a little bit of boswellic acids in our normal frankincense, but when we distill and we use frankincense oil to distill more from the frankincense resin and we get the deeper spectrum, we get 10% boswellic acids. That is huge, okay? So the frankincense too is labeled as for dietary use, and you can actually just put a drop of it directly under your tongue. You can also use it on your skin. It's amazing for skin. It's gonna be supercharged. All of the things that we love our frankincense oil for, this is going to be like 5 to 1 times more potent, okay? So like 5 times more potent than regular frankincense. This is a permanent product now, so you can order this on your loyalty rewards every single month if you want to take this. If you want to share this with friends who need intensive cellular support, you need to get this into their hands, as well as the phytonutrition. They're 2 incredible products. There's 2 more things I want to tell you really quickly about this. This is a patent pending technology. No one else in the world has access to this technology, and they won't be able to replicate it, okay? So Young Living is going to be the only company in the world that has Deep Spectra products, okay? They're expanding the Deep Spectra line to include products. Now we have our phytonutrition supplements. We've expanded Deep Spectra to have the oils and also the nutritional supplement, phytonutrition. You can be looking for Deep Spectra to be added to more supplements as time goes on, potentially added to cleaning products, potentially added to personal care products from Young Living, okay? And then more oils created, more oil extracts. They're called essential oil extracts because it's more than just essential oil. It has extra compounds added to it because of the distillation process. So nobody else has this technology. Nobody else has the ability to do this. Even if other companies tried, okay, maybe somebody else would catch wind and say, I want to try to make that Deep Spectra stuff. Well, they're not using the same quality and purity of oils to begin with and plant material to begin with that Young Living has. So Young Living's Seed to Steel standard has set them up to be the leader in the industry once again, because nobody else has as pure of frankincense and nobody else has as pure of a source of frankincense resin. And so if you're making a Deep Spectra product or a type of knockoff product with contaminated plant material and oils, it's going to be like multiplied in its contamination because it's so much more potent, okay? So it'd actually be more concerning if somebody was trying to knock off a product like this oil, because Young Living stands apart. We are the world class. We are the leader in the essential oils movement, and nobody else has the purity and the quality of essential oils and plant materials that we have. Our sourcing, science, and standards set these products apart, and nobody else is going to be able to replicate them. So that's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna tell you one quick story before I wrap up on Deep Spectra. At Young Living's convention a couple of weeks ago, I was in the expo where they have all the products being shown off. You can smell, you can use, all of the things. It's an amazing experience. I spent hours there on my last day before I flew home. And I saw over in the corner a little huddle of people. And so I was like curious. So I walked over and I was like, what's going on here? And Dr. H.K. Lin, the developer of this product, brilliant doctor, man, researcher, he was in the middle of this huddle. And I overheard a woman telling him, and she was being careful with her words, and so I'm also going to be careful with her words, or with the words that I use. But she was telling him, she said, Dr. Lin, I had a spot on my forehead right here that was very concerning. It was changing in size. It was getting bigger. It was concerning me. And I used your frankincense too. I just decided to keep a bottle of frankincense too in my pocket and apply it as often as I could remember that day. So every time I walked past a mirror and I saw that spot on my head, I would get my frankincense too out and apply it. I probably applied it every 20 to 30 minutes throughout an entire day. And she said that by the 2 days later, I did that for 2 days straight. And by the end of the second day, that spot had completely dried up. By the following morning, the third day, the edges had raised and started to come off. And by the end of that third day, it fell out of my skin completely. And it has never returned. And that skin has grown back healthy and there's no more concerning spot there. And he looked at her and he smiled and he said, you are not the first person to tell me that. In fact, I have several people who are keeping me updated on their progress, and they are sending me progress pictures of them using this frankincense 2 essential oil extract with Deep Spectra technology for very similar things. And he said, thank you for telling me. You're not the first person to say that. And I felt so grateful that I had stumbled upon that little love huddle of people with Dr. Lin in the middle to share those testimonies, because that's such a powerful story to share with you guys who might be using this product in the future, that if you have things like that, this is the product you need. And if you have friends who are struggling with things like that, what I just described, you need to help them get this into their hands. You need to share your affiliate link with Young Living and help them get frankincense 2 on a loyalty order so that they can be using this every day. This is amazing for our health. It's amazing for cellular support. And Young Living is the only place that you can get something like this. So I hope that was helpful and educational. If you've got questions, I'm happy to circle back and answer them for you guys in this group. And I'm so thankful for the opportunity to share this with you for a little bit. And I hope that you guys use this and share this like crazy, because this is something really special that we have access to. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.